Hi, my name is DJ Dejan Antonio, teen librarian here at Rodman Public Library, and today I'm going to show you how to do our April craft. The April craft for this month is melted crayon art. So in your kit, you're going to get a canvas panel, a portion of glue, you're going to get a paintbrush to spread the glue, and you're going to get 2 packs of crayons. You're also going to need a hair dryer or heat gun to complete the project, but this is just the first step. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open your crayons. And it might be easier just to kind of spread them out on the table as you go, so you can see what you're working with. So after spreading out your crayons, the next step is you're going to have to decide how you want to orient your canvas. You can either do it landscape like I have this one, or you can set it up to do a portrait. After deciding which way you'd like to do your art, you're going to start placing your crayons. So you're going to kind of figure out how to space them out. And in doing this, you might try this method. Which, to do this, you're going to want to put colors that are close on the color wheel by each other. It's more visually appealing to the eye. So you're going to want to kind of put your blues close together, or if you want to do like blue and purple or green and yellow, those are some good colors that look well together. But it's your project and you can make it however you like. So the first step is to take your glue, and you're just going to kind of spread it on the top of your canvas, and you're going to make sure it's on there pretty thick. And you're going to want it to be about the length of your crayon. You can choose to do it half at a time instead of doing the whole canvas, so that way you don't have to worry about it drying as you go. You can also use hot glue to do this process, and it works a little bit better. But for today's demonstration, we're going to use just plain old Elmer's glue. I'm going to start out with some pinks. This one is just called plain pink. So we're going to try and glue it all the way at the top. And I'm going to try and find some other ones that are similar in color and put them close to each other. As you can see, I've filled my canvas. It's important to make sure that you put the glue on pretty thick because we want it to dry and have a good bond for when we start to melt the crayons. After putting your glue on and setting your crayons, you may want to let your project sit for about 24 hours just to make sure that that bond really holds. So we're going to do that. We'll come back tomorrow and we will start doing the melting. Now that our crayons have had a chance to dry overnight, we are going to start melting them. To melt them, you just need a simple hair dryer. Before melting your crayons, you may want to create a design that makes it to where the crayons won't melt over it. To do that, you can use some simple painter's tape. I'm going to take and just make a very simple design. I'm just going to actually put a couple pieces here and there, so it kind of makes it a spotty way. So I'll put a little bit there, and I'll put a little bit down here. And then after the crayons are done being melted, you just peel the painter's tape off, and this spot will be left white. So I'm going to start with my hair dryer. I have it on high heat, and I have it on the hot setting. And you're just going to take and you're going to kind of hover over these, keep going back and forth until your crayons start to melt. And if you notice they start to splash a little bit, you might want to turn the setting down. Instead of it being like on high, turn it down to maybe a little bit less of the hard force of the air. And you can experiment with how you hold your hair dryer, and that'll affect how it splashes. Well, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. You may notice that some of the crayons didn't melt as evenly as others. You can just take your time and focus on your greens or your reds or anything that you notice that it's not really melting the same. So the next step, we can take our piece of tape off and see what happened. As you can see, it left that part white that I put the piece of tape on. And so your last step is just to kind of let this sit and dry. It doesn't take that long, it's just you don't want to be touching hot wax. After you let it dry, you'll have your own piece of art. Well, I hope you enjoyed this project, and we'll see you next time.